But we're going to take care of Social Security. We're not going to do anything to hurt our seniors. There is so much cutting. There is so much waste in this government. There's so much fat in this government. They're going to destroy Social Security. I am going to leave Social Security. I'm not raising the years. I'm not raising the age. I will be saving Social Security, and I'm going to work it out that there's no tax on Social Security for seniors.
I think a lot of people hear that and they get concerned about Medicare and Social Security and
not
Medicaid
going to have anything to do.
And defense spending.
You
won't touch Medicare, Social Security.
Abuse, fraud.
Okay.
No, I said to people, we're not touching Social Security, other than we might make it more efficient, but the people are going to get what they're getting. Well, it's not like we will never cut Social Security, things like that. It's just waste, fraud, and abuse.
Just so we're all on the same page, whenever Trump and the Republicans talk about cutting out waste, fraud, and abuse from Social Security, not taxing Social Security payments, and saving the system itself, they're not actually lying because they perceive the entire program and all social spending programs as wasteful, fraudulent, and abuses of government resources. Cloaking this central belief is essential in convincing their base to vote against reforming a program they've paid into their entire lives instead of demolishing it entirely.
John Thune, who is the Senate incoming Republican leader who also met with Elon Musk this morning, told me that perhaps mandatory programs are areas that they're looking to make cuts in, like Social Security, for example.
Nothing is sacrosanct. Nothing. They're going to put everything on the table.
That's what they told lawmakers. Everything is on the table, and that includes Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid.
It will be my objective to phase out Social Security, to pull it up by the roots and get rid of it. Here, people who advise me politically always tell me that's dangerous, and I tell them, in that case, it's not worth my running. That's why I'm doing this, to get rid of that. Medicare and Medicaid are of the same sort.
We're going to have some hard decisions. We got to bring the Democrats in and talk about Social Security, Medicaid, Medicare. There's hundreds of billions of dollars to be saved, and we know how to do it. We just have to have the stomach to actually take those challenges on.
Do you believe that the defense budget should be cut?
I'm not a big fan of that. I think we could do things a lot better.
There's always plenty of money available for defense contractors to perpetuate the military-industrial complex, the immoral for-profit healthcare system, the banking system, and every other industry or corporation willing to buy off our politicians to advance their interests. But this is nothing new, of course. Here's what Senator Joni Ernst said all the way back in 2019.
It's, a broader discussion for another day, but I do think as various parties and members of Congress, we need to sit down behind closed doors so we're not being scrutinized by this group or the other, and just have an open and honest conversation about what are some of the ideas that we have for maintaining Social Security in the future. I will tell you that there are very few members of Congress that even want to broach the subject, because it becomes so controversial. The minute you say we need to address Social Security, man, the media is hammering you, the opposing party will hammer you, there goes Granny over a cliff. But there is a real issue out there, and as long as we are being hammered as members of Congress for even saying we need to do something about it, you're not going to find people that are willing to step forward and do it.
Joni Ernst's suggestion that Social Security and Medicare should be fixed in closed-door meetings is a clear admission that they know their plans won't stand up to public scrutiny. Why else would any lawmaker want to hide their plans to fix programs millions of Americans depend on? The goal is simple: dismantle these programs while avoiding accountability. If their intentions were truly to strengthen Social Security, they wouldn't be afraid to discuss it in the open.
Sir, can we get a pledge to stand with President Trump against cuts to Social Security and Medicare benefits?
I think, you know what, when we look to reduce our national debt, I think these should be on the table. Okay. So I am a strong advocate of discussing this and reevaluating them. And I do believe at the end of the day, there will be some cuts.
There are cuts to Social Security and Medicare?
Yes.
And that's on the table in the Doge caucus right now?
Well, we're about to find out.
Okay. Thank you so much. So there you have a member of the DOJ committee, the DOJ caucus, fully supporting cuts to Social Security and Medicare.
Social Security Works Executive Director Alex Lawson got Republican Representative Greg Lopez to admit that cuts to Social Security, Medicare, other programs are absolutely on the table for the DOJ caucus, a group of GOP lawmakers with a few token Democrats. Marjorie Taylor Greene may have framed it differently, but the sentiment was the same.
We all campaigned on protecting seniors' Social Security. You can't lie about it. See, yeah, this is your political agenda. You know what? We don't care.
That's Donald Trump. That's Donald Trump's
mailing. You are you're not media.
That's Donald Trump's mailing.
Right here is for Democrat ads to attack Republicans.
So it's really simple. It's really simple.
No, it's
Will
not
you
simple.
pledge
No, you're a
to take
liar.
Social Security and Medicare cuts off the table?
You and this guy right here, look, you're lying.
And while our elected officials work to eliminate programs that lift millions of Americans out of poverty, literally keeping them alive, this is what the Republican base is worried about: immigrants and culture war distractions.
Like, actually, a lot more people think that if you could just literally just shoot people at the border, like they wouldn't come anymore. If you put alligators out there or snakes in the water.
Would we want to be a country that shot people who came across the border then?
Yeah, I mean, because you can't just let everyone overrun the country, because you're gonna make it so the whole boat crashes, tips over and sinks. You want to only let in a certain amount, and you want to merit. You don't want, and you want to scream too. You don't want just people to walk in by foot. Right. You want them to come by airplanes. You want them to come by trains. You want to screen them. You don't know who they are before they come in.
So once in a while, if you shot some, you think it would scare people from coming?
And like, why do people think that we have to be the country that lets everyone in? Like everyone's under this like brainwashing that you have to let everyone in, or you're a mean person or something.
Well, we were a country of immigrants, right?
I mean, you could go back to like ancient Rome. The same thing. They let in too many people from around their empire.
But I'm just talking about our country was founded on principles about give us you're tired, you're poor, you're hungry.
But we didn't have they weren't getting food stamps. They weren't getting supported by the government when they came here. They were on their own when they came here. If they did that now, people would respect them more. If they did that, we want the country to go back to how it was.
In what ways? What was it? What did you prefer then to now?
Well, I mean, obviously a lot of things didn't get accomplished because he tried, to close the border and all that stuff. Like, that's important to us, but he wasn't able to accomplish all the way. We like this travel ban to keep America safe. We liked how he was trying to take money away from tell NATO countries to start putting more money out.
When you say the travel ban, the Muslim travel ban?
Yeah, because I mean, you gotta keep the country safe, even though if it hurts some people's feelings. You just gotta do it.
Do you think that a bill in Congress that would allow the president to shut down different border crossings as he saw fit or she saw fit, do you think that would be a good thing to have in place?
Yeah, you should only allow only a few people in here, based on merit, but also they should have to be able to take care of themselves. Like, that's the important thing that no party's talked about. We don't have any extra money to be given to other people that are coming here. I mean, it's not necessarily, it doesn't mean that you're racist. It just means you need to take care of your own. The
Republican Party has doubled down on culture war issues because they know they cannot campaign on policies that actually help their base. Instead of addressing wealth inequality, healthcare, or real economic reforms, they point fingers at immigrants, LGBTQ plus individuals, and other marginalized groups. It is a terrible strategy, not only for the rest of us, but for their own base as well, because it distracts from the fact that the policies they push actively harm the very people who vote for them. The culture wars are nothing but smoke and mirrors, and the sooner we all see through it, the better.